How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have, the return of Pulses. Third time's a charm. Guys can say what they do in the band and obviously their names.
All right, I'm Kevin. I play drum and do some vocals sometimes.
I'm Matt. I play guitar and do some vocals.
I'm Caleb. I also do guitar and vocals.
I'm David, and I play bass.
Yeah.
And no vocals.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
They don't
Wow.
like to let me do it.
They give him a mic at the show and they're like, no, don't.
We do give him a mic.
Don't talk.
Don't talk at this show.
Just there to look good.
He literally, when we get sound checks, he'll just be like, he'll yell into it once, and they're like, "All right, cool. Is that what you're gonna do?" He's like, "Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just it's on. It's fine." I'm like, yeah.
It's good. But thank you guys for coming on. I was telling you guys off camera, it's been 2 years since I've had you on. It feels like a lot longer of a time period, but I'm sure that phrase gets thrown around a lot just with the big C word. But yeah, it's very cool to have you guys back on. Checked out the two newest songs, being EXO, Sold Out, and Run the Ghouls. Of course, guys, not to show for myself, but, may have did a reaction video that you can check out with the links below. But very excited, and I feel like prior to, I think in the second interview, I think Louisiana Purchase had, just come out or was just coming out. And then To Speak to Existence, hadn't come out yet, I don't think, yet at the time. If my memory serves me correct.
Yeah,
I think so.
I don't think so.
That's
Yeah.
Think it did.
I think that's right.
Makes sense.
The brain is foggy, but
it's all
it's all a blur, honestly.
if it's in the past 2.5 years, I don't know what happened. I'm just here.
But you guys seem to be just doing the work right now, and I gotta give you guys a lot of props, because whether or not I'm telling you not on here or obviously I'll be messaging you, just telling you keep up the good work, because honestly I keep seeing your band name pop around within different circles, and it seems like the traction has been fantastic. Obviously after Speak to Existence, how was that how was that reception? Because I don't even think I got to talk to you guys about that. I'm pretty sure I did a review of that album and I really loved it, and obviously you have some new songs that are more current now. So how is that, basically between those 2 years of us not talking and having you guys on, how has your growth as a band been? Because for me personally, I feel like you guys have blown up a lot more.
I feel like Speaking to Resistance kind of legitimized us in a way. So I always think back to how we were when Bouquet first came out. That was our first album, and how we just put that out just not expecting anything, just for funsies pretty much. And then it got, some people to listen to it, and we were just like, oh, cool, we got 1,000 people listening to this. This is cool. That's way more than I expected. And then Speaking to Existence kind of gave us our name in a way that we were like, oh, this isn't just a one-time thing, We did it a second time, so you are a thing now, I feel.
Also, just I feel like our online presence boomed a lot around that.
I would agree. Yeah,
we started seeing a lot more people just tweeting at us and stuff when that record came out. It was a lot more than I think any of us expected, but it was pretty cool. Yeah,
I think surprising sucked, but releasing it around the time when everybody forced to be inside, kind of helped. The internet buzz kept rolling, because that's the only way you could grow at the time. And so I feel like a lot of people checked it out because we weren't doing anything else, so
might as well.
Just might as well check it out. And then that kept going from there. So we did Speak Less, the EP after, a few months later, and that was, kind of helped push things. And since they're both tied together thematically, that revitalized Speaking into Existence. Then we did the Yo Champ in the Making B-side later after that. That went off well.
Surprisingly
well.
We did no promo for that. It was 2 re-records and a B-side, and the B-side we pushed it on Spotify, sort of, with like their algorithm stuff. But then, other than that, we didn't do anything, and it has.
And we released on Christmas Day.
Yeah, Christmas Day. It was totally
What?
just like, here's a thing, like y'all can listen to it since, you know, we're not done with the new album yet.
Wow.
And then like that song is like, I think it's gonna beat Juice like in the next month on
Yeah, it's like
Spotify.
top 10 for sure.
It's number 4. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Like, so I don't know what the fuck happened with that one, but yeah, people like it, so it's cool.
So all it means to me is that like if it was like a song that we didn't think was gonna do anything and then it did something, obviously things are different from like, you know, like you were saying this whole question back from when we first talked to you.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, us dropping a song with that much like praise or whatever so quickly would not have happened back then at all. So like we're super thankful for like everything kind of just changed since Louisiana Purchase came out, and that actually is about to turn 3
Mhm.
in a week.
Oh yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
28th or something like that. I think something like
Yeah.
that. It's the end of the year.
Wow. Kudos. That's
yeah,
awesome.
thanks.
We're just like dropping it in December. Apparently, we've done it like 3
Yeah,
times. now.
December must be your month. Like you got
Yeah,
all the hits
yeah.
are coming
Comes
out in
down to
December.
We procrastinate the hell out of
Uh-huh.
like the year, and then we're like, oh fuck,
It's
we
gotta
need to
come out
drop
this year
something.
still. We'll put it out in December. Yeah.
So we're just that stubborn because we're like, oh, this should have came out in like September, and
Mhm.
it got done and released in December. You know, we made it.
At least we were early December this time. Because the
Yeah,
last 2
you're
times we were
right.
like right at the end.
You're really cutting it down to the wire, you know. So I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You're just like, you know what, December, you know, the calendar only has December on it. You're just like flipping through. You're like, oh shit, we gotta
buy a new
upload it for
calendar. I gotta-
December. That's it. But and then Dave, what was your thoughts on that as well?
He's like, I'm not used to being asked.
He's like,
Listen,
shit.
we're gonna ask you, Dave. You know,
Yeah.
let's go.
Well, so back to with the whole Panini going on. We put it out. Everyone was really hitting it hard with the internet stuff, and we doubled down on that too, and really
Mhm.
tried to make the most of not being able to go out and play shows, see people in person, promote our music that way. So we really doubled down on the whole internet phenomenon that band at the same time.
Which has then helped with actually going out and seeing people, because it's like when we
Yeah.
played the tour at the beginning of the year, it's like we wouldn't have had anyone at those Texas shows and stuff if like we hadn't have been forced to be. I mean, we were already pretty online, but like be even more online because that was it, you know. Like
That was the only way to share our content was on.
yeah,
There was no shows. There were no going out and seeing people and
Oh
like,
yeah.
hanging out with your buddy down the street.
Yeah.
Being like, hey brother, check out this album that we're working on.
Yeah.
That you had
Come
to.
on.
I can't.
But-
This is.
But so we went to Texas and I seriously there were more brothers there than we
There were. All right, you got 2 off.
those were probably like other than like the Bouquet show, those were like the biggest crowds we
they
ever
were
had.
incredible.
Yeah. Or like shows that weren't our shows, but like out of our shows, those were the biggest crowds we ever had.
That's
it was
awesome.
Truly an incredible experience. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, I think it's like it honestly shows, especially I think with a lot of bands, what I've seen recently is just I think there's just a lot of people, just understanding what type of music is coming out and being ready for like the new stuff to drop, and which is great. I think definitely needed that resurgence of like people really being invested in it, and obviously during like the pandemic, people were able to just literally sit at home and listen to music all day or whatever, and so I think it just gave an opportunity for people to find more niche bands, and obviously glad you guys are like popping off, because that's, to me, as an interviewer and interviewing you guys for such a long time, I think that's like all peak. That's peak for me. I love that. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Appreciate that. And
But,
like I feel like it's mutual too, because I don't know. At least I feel the growth. I can see it for you too.
Oh,
like
thank you.
just the way that the interview hasn't even gone that long yet, but just the whole lead up to it, I feel like you got a system now. And it's like,
I hope so, man. If I've been doing this long enough, like
right.
would hope that I'm kind of in place a little bit. But yeah, it's wild. Like
Hopefully.
because kind of talking about this with some friends and like my parents recently, and I was like, man, this channel is gonna be like 7 years old in February, and that is
Nice.
like, I'm like gonna be 30 next year, so it's just
Yeah.
like all of these milestone things that happened all at the same time. It's like it makes you kind of put things into perspective and, you know, really appreciate the bands that kind of came on early on. And, you know, obviously salutes to you guys, and you're always welcome back, certainly. But I feel like, you know, a lot of the times when, you know, you have musicians on, you want it to be reciprocated, you know, like I want to help you guys out, and, you know, and vice versa. And, you know, whether that's true or not, that's, you know, up to the discretion of whoever watches these interviews. But but I do feel like a lot of the times, like, you know, we don't talk about the aspects of like trying to help someone else out in the scene, you know, like
Right.
I think that's such a great thing. And, you know, if we can try to, you know, try to facilitate that, that's always a great thing. Cause honestly, if I can like say, hey, what's a great band that I need to check out? You know, like Pulses is on the list, like, and then, you know, there's a ton of other bands that I've kind of like grown up with and like learned about and just kind of delved into more, that I'm just like, yo, these guys are sick. You need to check them out if you like these bands. And
Right.
people are like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this band's fucking dope. Like I would have never found them if like didn't watch this interview or didn't watch whatever,
the
right?
new for fans of sticker.
For fan stuff, yeah.
I mean,
It's a
it's
seal
the whole
of approval.
ecosystem is important. Like a lot of people don't really think about like the band eco. Okay, yeah, obviously you got the band, you got the labels and stuff, but
Hmm.
you have the interviewers, you have the podcasters, you have the photographers, you have the
Oh, yeah.
artists, you know, like
reviewers
the
and
reviewers,
blogs and stuff.
the TikTok, like
Influencers.
Influencers, yeah.
That all matters. It all is a part of the whole thing. So it's like, or you can really kind of intermingle and like understand like everybody's goals for themselves, and then like for yourself and how they can work together, not necessarily
yeah.
just like not to like jump off of each other because the crab's bucket type thing sucks, but you know, like we can all work as one unit to, you know, create our space.
Oh yeah.
In the whole exo.
It's the
Exosphere.
multiverse, you know.
Exo. My pulse. I did it.
Check it out. Links below. But
We don't make any money from our own product. Like,
Yeah. Not really.
shit, dude.
listen, you might, you know, check the
We
links
should've gotten a
below.
sponsor for that video.
It's an
We'll get
affiliate
a couple
link.
cents if somebody plays the track.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
It's the
Or,
affiliate.
like, I meant fractions of a cent.
Fractions of it.
Oh, big shout outs to streaming services. But
Oh yeah.
but there is this whole ecosystem, and I think that, you know, honestly, it's cool to see just fans being really stoked about, you know, Pulses and what they're doing. And, you know, like I said, just the kind of online surgence over the past couple years has been really great. Also love checking out, you know, the shout outs earlier. EXO sold out. That was great. Shout outs to Zach Benson. I had not heard of him before that, so it was really cool listening to his styling and like great introduction to that. And I gotta ask, like, you know, how long have you? I imagine you've been friends with Zach for quite a bit, and how did that kind of process of being like, yo, we should just do a collab and just do a song together?
Yeah. I've known him for a while. Our photographer Tyler and him have been in a bunch of bands together.
Right.
So I just met him through like playing with those bands back in high school and stuff. And I've always, you know, checked out his music and stuff. And we played a show on Halloween last year. It was like a cover show where we did the Silverstein set, and he did a 1975 set.
Ooh.
And we had that song like started, like the instrumental was written. And I remember Caleb, Kevin, and I were at Sheets after the show, and I was like, yo, we should put Zach on that. And they were just like, all right. That was literally it. Like, it was just like a random idea that popped into my head, and I was just like, we should do that. And everyone else was like, cool. And then we did a Zoom call and gave it to him, and he started humming that hook like in the Zoom call, and I was just like he's too good. And then he sent it back to us, and it's like, I remember it was after some show at Soundstage. I remember I just put it on in the car, and I was like, yep, that's it. That's it. Like, you did it. Cool. All right. But yeah, he's great. Super great to work with. He was super great to do like the video with and everything. Like good dude. We've played it live with him once. Hoping to do that more, and he's super great with that and everything too. Like, yeah. Great
Yeah.
dude.
It was a nice change of pace because like I feel like listening to your stuff and like kind of get reacquainted even with like Run the Ghouls, like just kind of going back to your discography, listening to like Speak Less, going through the process of listening to stuff that I haven't listened to in a little bit, and just getting reacquainted with it like an old friend. This one, it just feels like the two songs that are out now, they're obviously the more current ones, EXO and Run the Ghouls. It just shows how much progression you guys have made in this time period, and I think that's like something to recognize. And I don't even know if I mentioned that in the reaction video, but it was really cool to see like the progression of your band and just the way that you guys have evolved your sound, where you know it does have aspects of like that swancore sound, but there's something else extra about it. Like you're incorporating like more hip hop and more like rap and that sort of styling. And I know early on that was still very much like the ethos of Pulses, but I feel like you guys even dug into it a little bit more and hit us more with like deep cuts. And I appreciate that because, listening to it, I was like, yo, I was already vibing out like second one. I was already frame one. I was like, oh shit. All right, let's go. Like it was great. And then the more I listen to it, it just kind of gets better and better. And do you feel like other fans that have checked out Run the Ghouls have experienced the same thing where they're just been like, this is just so ear candy. Like it just catch it,
Yeah, I mean, I'm always just surprised whenever we put out new stuff, and like, I'm very happy with the reception of the last two songs. I don't know, in my head, because I'm always thinking just like, what's gonna be the day where somebody just really just talks some big shit on us, and it really hasn't happened.
Yeah.
At least on recent stuff,
That's
Yeah.
good.
and I can't, and I don't call it like the imposter syndrome in me to like flare up. They'll just be like, okay, we're doing something right, because there's always that line of it's just like, oh, if you don't have haters, then blah blah blah. So, but
We
at
got
the same
haters. They're
time,
just on like Rate Your Music and shit.
yeah,
So on Twitter.
but Rate Your Music is just hates everything.
Yeah.
So, but even still, I think, what do we have on there? We have like a 3.3 or something.
It's not
on Speaking
terrible.
to Existence. That's
No,
fucking great
that's
on
great.
Rate Your Music.
If you got
So-
That's
above
sick.
a 3
I'm
on
not-
Rate Your Music, you're good.
I'm not complaining.
That's like
But
like
yeah,
a 5-star right there.
Yeah,
Basically.
but no, I'm feeling, even despite all that, I feel very confident about like all the new stuff too, and I've been just happy that people are fucking with it, because like you said, we've intentionally been trying to like double down on some things that we've done in the past that we felt like, oh, that was cool, and trying to just execute it better and just draw influences from as many different places as we can, because I think that's where you get originality from. Originality. I'm gonna be on some head ass shit. Originality is fake. It's just like there's that one
yeah.
statement saying like, oh, the best artists are just artists that copy from everything else, and then that's how you make something new. If you copy from like 10 different places and put it into one thing, then that's when you get something that people maybe haven't heard. And so that's always the case. Is just like we're always trying to think about what can we do to take this a step out of the comfort zone of
Oh yeah.
what the genre has.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys do just such a great job, and like I imagine you guys sit on these songs and really like mull over them, because just you guys just
Sometimes.
seem like the band that does that. Like there's something so intentional about how you write music that I'm like, they must be just like sitting in there like in the studio and be like, all right, so are we gonna hit the drop button? Are we releasing this shit? Like it's like once it's
really
out
50-50.
there, it's gone. Like the December song is released, we're done. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Well, it is like that at least when it's released, but like the
Yeah.
writing process. Oh no! what you David? You got
Dave's giving some
What you got,
faces. So
brother?
what do you got, Dave?
You would hate how we write our music.
Oh, it's miserable.
Absolutely.
Well, let's dive into it. So what's the miserable
especially how
aspect?
you write.
Yeah. David will write shit without listening to it, and then
Well, you explain your process, David.
So usually the process for a Pulse song, Caleb or Matt writes a little intro, guitar noodly doodly dude, and someone either gets like hooked onto it and starts expanding that, or they write another part for it, goes together. Eventually, there's a foundation there and gets built out into an entire song. So one of the parts is usually done by the beginning of the song. Any of the other parts start to really take shape. Unless there's like a specific idea we're trying to aim for. And then usually the bass or the drums get written in its entirety, sometimes without ever touching the instruments themselves.
Wow. All right.
I was gonna say, Kevin, I don't think you've ever written at the drums.
I've never written at the drums.
His best writing tool is a pair of Rock Band drums. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that's true.
May or may not even have the cymbals attached to it.
That's dope. I'm about it.
Write a ton of my guitar parts or bass parts without ever touching a bass, and I write a lot of Caleb and Matt's guitar parts without ever touching a guitar.
Yeah, whenever you do write a part for us, it's like we get it, and it's like, all right, we got to make this playable. But it's the idea is cool, but we got to make it playable.
It's just like you write bass with a numpad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah,
it's wild. Yeah.
And that usually happens for like 2 to 3 weeks. And we'll sit down, listen to it, make any tweak changes we need, and that's usually it. Then the lyrics are usually written, like entire albums usually done. Usually, unless again back to there's a specific idea. So like a lot of the lyrics for our next album are still kind of in the works. They're being written.
They're done now, pretty much. There's like 2 songs.
But we're like in the heat of vocal tracking.
Yeah, we were literally. I was in there screaming 30 minutes ago. I'm gonna be in there screaming in an hour or whatever. There's a vocal booth over there. Yeah, we're literally in the middle of doing it. So, but yeah, we're getting there. David's going in.
David's going in the booth.
Yeah. But yeah, we're in the middle of tracking now, and it's like our writing process is very much like David said. It's like it either is one of us starts an idea, and sometimes like they'll write out the whole thing. Sometimes it'll be a part, like David was saying, or it's like all of us sitting in this room just being like, all right, we want to make this, but with this, and with a little bit of this and this, and then we try to put it together.
Like also some songs we're either very meticulous or very not meticulous.
Yeah, it's either like to the point where we're like, nah, I want to die, or it's just like, fuck it, that's fine. Like, there's no in between.
That is the barometer. I love it. You know, I feel like it's just like either half-ass or you full-ass it. You know, it's one of the two.
All ass.
All ass.
All ass.
Straight ass. Love it. Yeah. You know, I feel like you guys, that you broke me with the whole like rock band drums. Like,
Rock Band built this band.
Exactly.
I do remember that. I do remember when we were talking about that in like probably one of the first interviews, but it's still kind of wild that you're just like, all right, let's just hit them up with that Rock Band kit, you know? Just kind of, it's
Kevin
just,
tracks drums with the chart going up on the.
Still do it.
Yep.
That's
yeah. You can go. Why don't you say that process kind of?
Yeah, I just make my custom charts with like Rock Band Network tools that came out forever ago. And so build song out. You know, since we write all the songs in Guitar Pro, you just export the MIDI, and half of that like straight into like the Rock Band charting. So you just kind of tweak it for that specific format, and like I can play it out on Reaper, like in the DAW, and track to it, and I can take that from Reaper and then go make a Rock Band 3 custom in like 2 seconds of it too. So like. We're gonna end up like this next record. I'm gonna make Rock Band customs of Rock Band / Clone Hero customs of everything, like as the song or as the album drop. But I haven't done that yet. Done.
Soft release of that. Yeah. We haven't said anything about it.
We haven't said anything about that yet.
I didn't even know we were doing.
You get the exclusive there.
woo! Yeah, let's go. I love it, man. That's like. I feel like that hits both the nerves in my head where it's like I'm just a video game nerd and I love that that you guys are taking that aspect, and then from the music side and being just a music fan that's just like it's like fucking Dragon Ball Z, like just super form baby, like love it, you know. It's like hitting all the targets. Yeah, and like I love that you guys are taking that again, that originality of how you guys write, and you're just like trying to figure out like how can we make it like interesting. Like I always think that with bands, like you don't really have to try too hard in regards to like finding something interesting that like would make you separate from anyone else. Like I don't think there's any other bands that are doing that right now, and that's, to me, that's like a cool point. Like I'm just like, hey, you're playing like Clone Hero or something, go check out Pulses. They have like all their songs that you can like rock out with. Like I can't say that about most other bands, I don't think. So that's pretty rad.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's like I feel like that it's really just like you do what you do, like kind of what you're kind of getting at. I think where like you don't have to try. I'm like, this is not something that like I'm trying to do. This is just what I do. I like doing that.
Sure,
So,
yeah.
Like, I think it's cool, like to make it an experience for everybody to like have the interaction with the music in that way, because I would want it for myself. You know, like it's not. I'm not doing it for like I don't even know if we're gonna. Are we gonna charge for it? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Like either way, what it comes down to is like I just want to be able to play it myself in the game. To be honest, even if I wrote it and I'm like play it for real, I want to play it in the game and get the score for it. So
yeah, because I know as an idea, it's just like, for example, you know, we'll hop on Twitch probably when that happens, and we'll probably play the whole album as a Twitch stream. You know,
us
in
like
the game. And then
So sick.
Kevin and I are gonna rock that shit. David's pretty good, I think.
David's shake, like he looked right at the camera.
From my side of it.
He's like the only one in this group that plays Clone Hero.
Oh yeah,
like he actually has like Clone Hero that plays it regularly.
He ain't gonna beat me though.
But he's gonna be playing his parts, and it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Caleb. It's a collab. We're a
Caleb,
band.
I play bass. I'm gonna get a higher score than you.
Not with your bass
I'm
part.
talking about it. I'm talking about in pro face-off territory. But yeah, as we're playing like our own songs, yeah, you got it.
I'm gonna play on easy mode.
It'll be a little bitch.
Make an easy
We're
chart.
gonna have to chart all of that.
Easy.
Expert and easy, just so we can play them.
No,
I'm
okay.
ready.
I'll just struggle. You can't lose on Clone Hero, right? Like if you're doing the group,
You can turn on.
you can turn it off. Yeah. So as long as that's off, I'm good.
Then nobody's gonna hear your part.
That's fine.
Clank, clank, clank.
They'll get a unique version
Yeah.
of the. Can I do vocals? Do they have vocals on Clone Hero yet?
Yeah, you're gonna do them both.
Oh shit!
You gonna
Well, no, we're playing
I
on a rock band, so you can do them both.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
playing as the way that we. Yeah.
We gotta put one mic in between Caleb.
You gotta swap.
No, you
Two
can.
mics.
Oh, you can do two
rock
mics?
band has
Yeah, you can
harmonies.
do
Uh,
It's like it's real shit. Like
I
if
feel
you're
like it's
gonna
just
play it the
Matt.
way that
Matt's
we
just trying to
play
get
it.
out of doing both
I was
like
a
guitar
Guitar Hero
and
guy,
vocal
so I don't
to yours.
know like the intricacies of rock band.
Rock
Just
band's
playing the
better.
Damn parts.
Rock band's better.
He's just like
okay. I mean, sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's like I don't know if I want to do
I haven't
both.
played
Clone
guitar.
Hero
I-
version 1, so
I
Good.
played Guitar Hero as like, and that got me into music and stuff. But I haven't played in a very long time, so it's like y'all are active with it.
Better get
Oh,
your game
I'm
up then.
very active.
All right, someone buy me a Guitar Hero. I'm gonna start
You
playing.
got you got like half a year.
Shit.
You do. You better get
your game up.
learned now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Matt. I don't want to see you get disappointed, because the
It would
worst part
probably be
about
easier
it
to just
is
play a
that this
real
is on
guitar
the
part.
internet, so people are going to hold you accountable.
Play the real guitar. I'm just gonna, and then everyone's gonna realize I suck at guitar too, and it's gonna be just a bad.
It's just a downhill slide right now. For Matt.
Yeah.
Pour one out for
That's
Matt.
fine.
F in the chat, guys. But I love that, and again, keeping true to yourselves. So I think got to give you guys a lot of kudos for that. So very stoked on that. But in regards to obviously you guys are releasing a album. I've been seeing a lot of like posts recently, just working on new material. Obviously, you guys talked about it a little bit too. How early on in that process are you? And do you guys kind of have like a tentative time frame on when this bad boy might be released?
We're a good like 70-80%, I think. It's like it's all written
Oh shit!
except for like two vocal things, and then we're tracking. It's like guitars are all done, drums are all done. Bass is what, like over halfway now, I think.
Yeah.
got 5 left.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting close to being done with my vocals. Caleb like kind of just started, but we're getting there tracking wise. And then we have to do like all the production and shit, but we're gonna try to knock that out in like a day or two.
Oh, all right.
And then Caleb's mixing all of it, so that'll be a full-time gig for Caleb there for a little bit.
God
and then,
bless Caleb, man. Shit.
Yeah. But I don't know. We're aiming for like spring, I think. But that's all. That's all just whatever until it happens. So.
Like I said, it's just like we'll set a date. We won't make that date, and maybe it'll be.
And then it'll come out in
December.
December.
Yeah.
All right.
No. It has to at the very latest summer, but it's like we're aiming for earlier than that. But
yeah, we'll say like, oh, okay, this is coming out in June. We'll say it's coming out in June just to say it'll come out in August instead of saying it's coming out in August, and then it'll come out in November.
I respect that. I think the same way.
The trajectory we've like planned out, I think we will get for the most part, because we gave ourselves like an extra like month of leeway in there. I feel like so we should be good.
We're setting deadlines for ourselves.
Yeah, we started
Respect.
doing that.
How about
and
it?
it's been helpful, but yeah, we'll get there. We're getting there. It'll be, I think we're about at the same point that we were into speaking into existence at this time, and we released a single around the same time, and then it came out in April. So it's like I think that April to July window is pretty much the goal.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle of that, but we'll see.
You're gonna find that landing pad somewhere in those months. So just keep your eyes peeled. And the best way to do that.
Happen.
Yeah, and it's like once once it's all done, it's like then we're gonna start doing rollout shit, and then you'll know. But like
Oh, 100%. And if you're like not in the Discord, if you're not following them on social media, if you're not peeping out their house, no, don't do that. That's really fucked up, and you shouldn't do that. But like definitely the first two options. Check the links below. You should go follow them. Just just word of advice. Just putting it out there. But I absolutely love it. Also got to give a shout outs to the major homies with Sales Ahead. I just have to ask for my own personal vendetta out here. I'm just waiting for a Pulses with Sales Ahead split. That's
yep, it's the plan.
We have talked.
Oh,
about that
okay.
for like
So we're both working on full lengths right now, but I think that the chatter has been that will probably be the next thing at some point.
Yeah.
But it's just, again, we're both trying to finish albums, so we don't want to like take away from either. But I think we've said already though that Sierra is going to be on this album again.
I don't know if we said that, but
We-
yeah, she is.
We have.
Tweeted it, yeah.
We posted videos in the studio
Oh,
writing.
That's right.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Right.
you did. I did see them.
Sierra is on that
That's the
track.
one feature we have leaked. So 'cause it's the one we know is 100%. But yeah, so it's like and it will probably be on most things we ever do, I would imagine.
Probably.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
at this point. That's the same kind of thing we always get, or inspiration from hip hop. It's just like, you got motherfuckers. It's just like a future project coming out. Drake's gonna be on that shit, and vice versa. Young Thug's dropping a record. He's gonna have Gunna on it. So it's just like
That's
the
fair.
same shit. You're gonna
Yeah.
see a Pulse's record. You're gonna see Sierra on that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm about it. I feel like I had to ask it for my own like will, because I know you guys like band wise have gotten real close, and I'm like, in my head I was thinking, while I was like hitting the DMs up, I'm like, when is this split happening? Because
Speaking of collab though, and I noticed your shirt, Granite State, right? Yeah, that's what
the
I thought.
boys.
Oh shit!
Homie from Granite State has been hitting us up regularly, like about doing a song. So that's
I'm
probably
about
It'll
it.
happen at some point
At
for
some
sure.
point.
Yeah.
I
those
just saw them on
boys.
Friday. They're
Hell yeah.
They're the boys. I gotta give a
They're
short
awesome.
story. Kev, big
Yeah.
shout outs. Love my man. He was at I went to go see the Plot and You, Silent Planet, Avoid, and Cane Hill in Philly.
Mhm.
And I was like outside, got there early because I interviewed Avoid. And I was like across the street at TLA, and I was like, man, I gotta get a cheesesteak. I haven't been in Philly in like a little hot bit, and when your boy's in Philly, you gotta cop the
You
cheesesteak.
got to.
And so I was like, man, going to Ishkabibbles, the vibe, the vibe setter there. And I was like standing there, I was looking at, because I hadn't been in a while, didn't know if they like changed up the menu or whatever. And I'm pretty sure Kev stood right in front of me. And Fonz their bass player, was also hanging out.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, dude, he's checking out the menu. You were being a total asshole. And like, he was like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. And then we wind up hitting it off, and he was like, I'm like, oh, where are you guys from? And they're like, oh, we're from like the DMV area. And I was like, oh, okay. perfect. I was like, "Do you guys know Pulses?" And like they both were like, "What the fuck, man!" Like, and I was just like,
Wow.
"Yeah, I've had them on."
Nice.
I was like, "I've had them on. I've had like," and I listed off like a couple other bands, and they're like, "No fucking way!" They're like, "This is so wild." So we all like ate cheesesteaks in the
Nice.
cheesesteaks shop next
That's
door.
what's up.
They're
So-
all really good people in that band.
Like we
Love
just
those
saw Nacon this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Nacon. Yeah.
Yeah, we were at a
Wow.
Christmas party,
Yeah.
and then we saw like half
Full
of them.
circle.
Yeah,
At,
half of them at the-
Half of them were counterparts.
At the
Yeah.
Counterpart show.
Yeah.
yeah,
And we
Big
saw them
shouts.
open for the Prada tour
Yeah.
earlier this year. It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
it was Numb, Dying Wish, fucking Straight from the Path, and
straight from
Prada.
bed, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great show.
hmm
Shout outs to Granite State. Love those guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live set coming, guys.
Hey.
We're gonna
Nice.
be
I'm gonna
posting that
watch
up on the
that
channels.
for
It's
sure.
It
Yeah.
was great. They played. I don't know if you guys have played this in Philly. If not, Khyber Pass. It's a really cool, like
Mm.
low key,
of
like
it.
small venue. It's like
That's
a
what we
hole in the
need.
wall place.
Yeah.
It was cool. So shout outs to Khyber Pass. They were
We
really
need to
good.
play there.
Yeah, we didn't.
It was a pain in the ass to
We've only
park.
played the Fire. What'd you say?
I said it was an absolute pain
Oh,
in
yeah.
the ass to park.
Ah,
What most
that's
with
just
like
a
most
city
Philly. Yeah.
venue. Yeah, we played the Fire. I've played a bunch of other ones just because I used to live in Philly, but like with other bands. But yeah, the Fire was something.
Yeah,
I
that's
liked it.
I like the
yeah.
venue a lot. Like I used
The
to go to
venue-
shows there a lot. I used to play there a lot, but and the sound guy was great. Like it was just there was some weird
It was
stuff going on
it was also a matinee show. So
Yeah,
it was a matinee show. I
Okay.
think,
On a
weren't they
Sunday.
on a
on
Sunday.
Sunday? Weren't the Eagles playing too?
I
Probably
think so.
the Eagles were always playing.
They're yeah.
So it was like we just
They
got
stay
fucked,
playing.
So you know, we just count that for an L. But you know, you know, move on.
Be in the city. And
Yeah.
play some music.
Well, and it was also super last minute, so it's like the bands on it, like they're all great, but it's like we didn't really like curate it, so it was like very mixed bill. That like people kind of brought people for their set, and it was just like yeah, it was a good show though. Like all the bands were really cool. What was it? Mood Cure was really sick. They were the first one. They were
Thought
really
Crime
nice.
was on it, right?
Yeah, Thought Crime was on it. Yeah, Thought Crime's
Nice.
great. Yeah, it's a good show.
That crime's great. Shout outs.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Fire, I feel like I have to go back to because my first initial time going to the Fire, not good.
Yeah.
The show cut out at like midnight, and I'm pretty sure I had to walk through arguably the sketchiest part of Philadelphia to get back to my car.
believe
And
it.
I almost thought I got mugged like at least like 3 different times. So
Yeah.
shout outs to Philly. Love you guys.
Shout out to
The
Philly.
best.
Yeah,
Love
shout
Philly.
out to Philly. Philly
Shout
is-
out to Philly.
Always something.
Always
yeah,
something.
There's always something going on up there.
Yeah, either you
Like,
got the best homies or you got someone that's gonna mug you. It's no in between. It's just like
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Chaos.
gotta give a shouts. But I you know the next time you guys come around because I did see that and I was like fuck. I was like I gotta go to that show. And then I was like, is it at the Fire? I'm like fuck. I don't know if I want to go to that shit.
That's
I had
fair.
to second guess. I was like, but
we'll switch it up.
We'll,
Next
we'll go
time.
somewhere else next time. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I love Philly. I played a lot of shows there and other bands, and it's like shows there are either like really good or they're like kind of weird. It's just a
I would
Weird.
agree. Yeah, it's
weird vibe there sometimes, but
Yeah,
it's a good.
But I
city.
think
we'll
if
probably
people
be in
turn up-
Jersey before that. Honestly, we don't have anything planned, but just knowing what sales ahead, it's like we'll probably be in Jersey before Philly again. I would imagine, but I don't know, just because we
We'll
yeah,
go
the
up there a
homies.
lot.
We'll make something happen.
Yeah,
There we go. Well,
yeah
I'll
David
keep
said
posting.
Gabagool, and then-
Gabagool. That's where all the Jersey Knights are at, you know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
love it. In regards to, you know, obviously a lot of bands coming back, doing the thing. Love to see it. Is there any bands that you guys can think of that you would love to just like return?
Ooh.
To
Let
come
live.
Well, you
back.
guys just got
Come
Head
back,
Automatica,
yeah.
so
Let live.
live.
Let live. Head
And Let
Automatica. Gatsby's American Dream. Fuck.
I know I can.
I'm looking.
Well, one of mine was the ongoing concept, and they just came back, so I'm good on that.
Ooh,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
Glass Club.
That's a great
Glass Cloud would be
Ooh.
sick. I would like to see Glass Cloud.
I
come
would-
back.
yeah, I loved that band. Who else
I
was
feel
good?
like they would do some
They would do some damage
Like,
now,
oh,
too.
they would do some
Well,
damage.
Yeah, and now it's like people know him for Amur now, which is
Right.
weird. So it'd be like, oh, it's the guy from Amur, but it's like, you know,
Good.
a
If
good
you
band.
know. Well, also
So-
if you like know, you know. Like if you know Josh Travis, you're just like,
yeah,
yo,
it's like
he's-
all the
he's
people that knew him
GOAT.
before would know him from that, but then like all the Amur fans would be like, oh, this is the Amur
Just a
guy.
mere
But,
guitar
like,
player, yeah. And then we're
Yeah.
like, oh god, just do your homework, man.
Q and Not You.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I gotta look.
Ooh.
Not you would be great.
That's a
He needs
great
to
one.
Stop writing for Washington Post.
He can continue to. He can continue writing for Washington Post, but you just need to make sure to go on the social media and post some new music.
Hey, I'm about it.
Are Blood Brothers a band anymore?
Blood Brothers, I don't think.
No.
They need
I
to
don't
come
think
back.
so. Yeah,
They can come back.
they can come back.
They can come back. Well, Circa just broke up. They can come back.
I don't think that.
I'm just
I hate to
looking
break
through
it to
my
you, Matt. I don't think that's coming back.
Yeah. Fucking Say Anything. They're doing a few shows, but I need them back like as a band.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wrestled a bear one.
That'd be cool.
True.
They were. So one of them was talking about something the other day, and I was like, "Are you
Yeah, I
are you
saw
doing?"
One of them was did a podcast.
Yeah, and they did it like as a member of I Wrestled a Bear once, and I was like, "Why are you doing that?"
Oh, Boys Night Out.
Ooh, boys night out
Ooh.
would be good. That would be
Yeah.
good.
I'm liking these answers.
Yeah.
I'm liking these answers.
Fucking, I don't know. I'm scrolling.
That's pretty solid.
That's a good-
I was gonna
that's a
say
good
you guys
one.
got a squad.
Yeah. One Jersey band you probably know. Fucking. Actually, I'm a Ghost. Make them come back. We played
Oh,
we
my
played one show
God.
with them, and they were great. And I bought their CD, and I listened to it constantly. And then they broke up, and I was like, man.
They
Oh,
broke up within the next week.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I got to see you once, but I didn't know your music yet. I needed to see it again, knowing the music. So yeah, bring them back.
oh man, I love that. Wow, that's
Yeah.
a deep cut. Holy shit. All right,
That was the
all
first
right.
show we played in Jersey. I think it was
Yeah, it
them,
was.
with Elsa Head, Poeta, and Highwind.
Yeah,
They're all
Jesus
friends
Christ,
of ours
yeah,
now.
all the homies.
Yeah.
Dave, did you give an answer, Dave?
Yeah,
The Glass
yeah.
Cloud.
He's a glass
Glass
cloud.
cloud.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he affirmed I Wrestled a Bear once as well.
I mean, we can get Danza back too.
Oh, true.
Just make
Yeah.
Josh Travis the busiest motherfucker on planet. And bring all his bands back.
Yeah, put him
I want him to start-
Put him in a Wrestle the Bear once.
Honestly.
Put him in.
He said, wait a minute.
He's
Put him,
like,
put him in Say Anything. Put him in Let Live. Put him in Let Live.
that would be kind of nuts. I'd be
Him and
about
Let
it.
Live would actually be hard though.
That would be
It
That
would
would be
be.
like just Let Live, but on a 9-string. Just
The crossovers.
Stupid.
I'm about it.
yeah.
I'm about it.
Fucking.
I love that you guys said let live because I feel like there is a possibility that could
Maybe.
happen, you know, with Fever
We'll
being
see.
a little bit, you know, on hiatus.
No, they're still booking shit though. So I think.
Fever's still a thing.
Yeah, he's just
Fever's
finding
still
new
a thing,
people. I guess.
but yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
maybe Travis Barker will come out the studio and actually
Oh
drum
my
more.
god. Oh my god.
On the other 16 projects he's drumming
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
so
Fucking,
that man is the busiest man ever.
I mean, Lonnie's making that fucking Pierce the Veil money right now. So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
probably
Put him in a
Yeah.
fucking band and re-record the drums too on that album. Let him
not
do
the
it.
guy from Third Eye Blind. Fucking, I'm sure he's great, but come on, man.
Yeah, that one was not. You know, I'll because I know we did hot takes on the last interview, so I feel like I gotta throw out my hot take now.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wasn't feeling the two new Pierce the Veil songs. If I'm gonna be straight, I just wasn't. I don't know. They were just kind of lackluster to me.
I think the second one is cool, but I don't want it from Pierce. Not that I don't even want it from Pierce the Veil, but
I don't
like,
want
I
it
want
from
that to be
Pierce
like
the
the
Veil.
slow track, and I know it's not going to be the only like track like that on the record. You know what I mean? Like if that was like track 8 and it was like the soft one, I'd be like cool. But I know it's going to be like I know the track listing's out. It's going to be somewhere like 2 or 3, and everything's going to be like that. And I'm like, but the first one was
The first one was okay.
Okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah,
I think
But,
like the
it's
OG.
it's one of those things where it's just like when you got a band that hasn't put out material in so long, it's just unfortunate, and it's unfortunate on both sides.
Sure,
Because
yeah.
it's just like you know, if you're gone for so long, whatever you put out next, that shit got to be fucking fire. Or some
Yeah.
people put out like intentionally something different because they're like, okay, we haven't done shit in 5 years. Here's what we just want to do.
Yeah.
And
Like
then you're
Mars
gonna end up
Volta or some
disappointing
shit.
people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lose-lose situation, honestly. So that's the whole thing. Basically, don't ever go more than 3 years without releasing music.
It's like that's the
fair.
thing. It's like I'm not mad at Pierce the Veil for putting out either of those songs, but I'm just like, man, I wish it was something else. But I get it. Like, do your thing.
It's
But-
like you put out fucking Texas is Forever on your last release, and this is the shit you give me now. I've been waiting 5 years.
That's, I mean, you're on the nose. I think, like,
Mm.
honestly, because I went even back and listened to like Collide, and I went back to listen to like Selfish Machines, which is I think the best Pierce the Veil record. But man, it's just those songs. I don't know if it's maybe just nostalgia glasses a little bit, but I don't know, man. They just hit. There's something about those two albums that are just like untouchable albums for me. And you know, obviously they were pretty early on. I have like this really horrible Facebook photo of me taking a picture with like the band early on. I think it was like one of my first Facebook photos.
Gotta love it.
Terrible. I'm gonna have to.
Everybody's got that.
I'm gonna
I got
throw
one
it
with
up.
Levi from Miss May, and it's just like I'm wearing like jorts and like
Oh,
To Write Love on Our Arms, orange tank top.
Oh, I
Brother.
love it. Hell yeah, hell yeah, brother.
I know I got one.
They're like cut off skinny jean jorts too. Like they're like the Warped Tour jorts. You know,
I
like
love
2012.
it. I love it.
I got a picture with George, because I got that picture with me, you, fucking Avery, I think, and
Yeah,
Chris Roeder.
Chris Roeder, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that picture.
Wow.
Shout out
The
Chris
OGs.
Roeder.
Shout out Chris Roeder, because apparently he listens to us.
Yes, that's
So,
cool.
Oh
big
wow.
love.
Big
Yeah.
shouts. Big shouts.
Yeah.
Like Moz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris, come on. I'm just waiting.
Yeah. We need to
I'm
get
waiting,
him on the
dog.
show.
Yeah.
Dog, I'm waiting.
We might have to get a Chris Roeder feature at some point.
That would
Put him on
be-
something heavy. Just
that would be fucking
let him
tight.
go. Or put him on something
not heavy.
post-hardcore because he did Amorosa too. So he, he can do it.
He understands.
Bring him
Yeah.
back.
A
Yeah.
graceful?
Back to
A
the
graceful?
good side.
Come on. I'm about it.
Or
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I never listened to that one. But I've heard good things. But that was before my time, I think.
Chris, honestly, if Chris just slammed the track, I'd be down. Chris Roeder, come on.
That'd be sick.
I know you watch my channel, so let's listen. I'm just saying the boys are here. They're wanting that collab, like, so.
We're hungry.
And we're
Hungry, brother.
I honestly, throughout this entire interview, I cannot take Dave seriously.
No.
There's just something about it.
That's what he's going for.
I could
I'm
not.
being serious. What about this is not serious?
Man's
you
over here
just-
sounding like Joe from Family Guy.
Yeah. My man's like, hey, so like,
Peter.
this is how I.
Say Peter, David.
You gonna put him on the spot like
Yo,
that.
he's gonna do it though.
Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, see.
Good.
That's pretty 10 out of 10, you know. That was
Peter,
No,
I need
no.
you to sleep with my wife because my legs don't work.
Oh man.
this is great. I love it. I love
Never mind,
it.
man, I gotta make that TikTok with a Family Guy clip and see if it pops off.
I
Oh,
think it
or
might. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I did
Dave's
it yesterday
pretty
with
on point.
I put our music video over Subway Surfer footage and it didn't do that great. But I'm gonna do it with a Family
Fourth
Guy.
attempt.
Yeah.
Guys,
had
we're
to.
gonna have to make that video pop off on TikTok, so we'll link
Yeah.
that in the description. Let's
Yeah.
get it. Let's get it. 10 fire emojis. But
Do not say
Sorry.
that in the mic.
oh no.
You just did the Joe voice and said something naughty.
I post Brandon is gonna be sitting here and like I'm just gonna keep going back to that slot and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck what did Dave say?
Yeah.
I need to know. We're gonna blast the gain out just
Just on that one part.
just on that one part. But the next question I have for you guys is one that I've asked you before, but I always love kind of resurfacing to this question. But what are you guys currently listening to? What have you been jamming recently? Because boy needs some new music recommendations.
Well, it's album of the year time, so I was listening
It
to
is.
a lot of like new stuff, or like stuff that came out this year to catch up.
Big facts. Big facts.
Like, I mean, you put me onto the Metro Boomin record.
Oh yeah.
I listened to that again today. It was really good. Turnstile's always in regular rotation.
Shout outs. Yeah. Grammy
Yeah.
nominated. Turnstile.
Grammy-nominated Baltimore hardcore act Turnstile.
Woo! Let's go.
Enter Shikari is always in my rotation because they're my favorite. Dying Wish is regularly
that was-
in rotation for me as well. The
So
new
good.
Paramore stuff for me as well.
Same.
I'm gonna say it because some people
Cowboys.
be out here hating. The News is one of the best tracks they've dropped
Yep.
in years.
Yep.
Fuck with me.
Yep. Facts. I'll say and further, both of those tracks I like more than every single thing on After Laughter. And I like
would
After
agree.
Laughter, but
I would
both
agree,
the new
yeah.
tracks better than that whole record. Cowboys. That's about all I got.
Ooh. Yeah, Dow Boys.
We love Cowboys here. Nightlife. Listen to Nightlife a lot too.
I've been listening to the new Pink Panther singles. He's fucking great.
Ooh. Okay.
Been listening to Tribe Called Quest. Always got to run back to them every once in a while.
Ayo.
Craig David dominated my year
This is the year of Craig David.
for some reason. I don't know why.
Turning up.
Caleb's album of the year is Craig David's 2000 album.
Yeah, want to do it.
And y'all clowned me when I put an old album.
Yeah,
in my album
we did an album of the year.
Come on.
We did an
Last
album of the year
year.
stream last year, and David put his number 10 was I Wrestled a Bear Once, Late for Nothing, just because he didn't have a 10. I was like, I've been listening to that a
The
lot.
new Zach Fox EP is
Oh, yeah.
fucking great.
It's really good.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's see what else. I don't know. I mean, just a lot of different shit, really.
I haven't been listening to a lot of music lately, and it's a shame. But let's see, Kenny Beats, his
yeah.
album was really good.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of Auntie and Unk playlists on Spotify. You know, old school R&B and soul. It's fucking
Respect.
incredible.
Respect.
I've been also listening to just like a lot of older post-hardcore shit. Like I was, listening to Thursday all the
Ooh.
time. But I'm like, it's weird. I was always listening to like Full Collapse, but I'm also just trying to venture into more of their other stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Gatherers was also really good.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I did see that.
Yeah,
Great record.
but yeah, and then also just kind of what Matt and Kevin have already said too.
I've been listening to our demos a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I am not.
I have not.
I'm not going to because I'm gonna have to mix them.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You're gonna have to listen to them a lot.
You're gonna have
to.
to a lot. Yeah, a lot of listens.
Yeah.
What about you, David?
Yeah.
So,
The Acacia Strain.
the Acacia Strain dropped a new song. It is awesome. It's a little short. I could have been a little longer. I'm used to their very cinematic, long, in your face, but it was still a very good song. Otherwise, I've been discovering Outkast lately.
Oh,
sir.
I'm
okay.
glad because the other day he told me he's like, Outkast has 2 songs. I'm like, you fucker. I can't believe you
What
said
were the
that
2?
shit.
Hey on Roses.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you.
Well,
It was Bombs Over Baghdad,
Okay.
and you can't disappoint with Jack.
Oh,
that's the one.
That's why I'm just like, you need to go ahead and listen to Stankonia then.
Yeah. All right, good.
But I'm glad.
Glad to hear that.
Anyway, so
Hear him lower his voice.
Anyway.
he said, "Oh, anyway, get really into EDM because it's awesome to work out to." So EDM, I recently discovered this band called Unicorns on Ketamine.
Do not listen to that. Do not listen to that.
It is
That is the next step past hyperpop. That is ultra pop. That is max pop.
it is one of the greatest musical experiences.
Do not listen to it in cranked headphones or speakers. Your shit will blow out.
What the fuck is this? I can't.
I thought he was gonna say some actual EDM shit, not just.
Oh, I mean, I can. I've been listening to some Salvatore Ganacci. He's very odd, but they're fun. TNT is some cool EDM.
TNT.
Not that one.
Not
okay,
Not
good.
that one.
Don't make us lose.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll be honest. One of my albums of the year last year was the Sleep Society by While She Sleeps.
Oh yeah, you were
Ooh.
just bumping that the other day.
Metalcore.
David, have you listened to? This is an aside, but have you listened to Porter Robinson?
Oh
You should
yeah,
do
he's
that.
great.
Really
Yeah.
good EDM, like, but like kind of
Chill.
driven.
It needs to be like.
Oh, well, maybe
Yeah.
not
Well,
for
he
when you're
was
working
like- he
out.
was
But
saying he's
listen to it when
working
you're
out.
chilling. It's a good record. The newest one is
That's
really
not
good.
why.
I know,
listen
but
to
just
it.
like, just giving you recommendations.
No.
I'm just trying to put you
My
on. David.
recommendation is Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites by
That's a
Skrillex.
classic. That is a classic. You cannot go
Classic.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
I would agree.
What was
Yeah.
it the other night that? Sorry for another aside. What was it the other night that we played and I totally forgot just how fucking hard the song went? It was Skrillex.
I think so.
Was it? No, I'm like, what song was it?
Like,
Ah,
was it a Skrillex song?
yeah, no, but it wasn't a Skrillex song. But I guess he remixed. But everybody,
Oh, Cinema?
that's what I thought.
Cinema,
Cinema.
yeah.
Oh,
That's just
Benny
hard.
Benazzi?
that shit's
Yeah.
bums.
Yeah.
I remember I was on some shit one night and we put on Cinema and I just fucking stood up and threw my hat in the ground because I was like, holy shit, I forgot how hard this song
Dog,
is.
You know what? Fucking that one song he did with Pusha T too. It was
Oh, yeah.
Burial.
Yeah.
That
wow.
shit, crazy.
Isn't that the Arby's
That's
song?
the Arby's joint.
Yeah, it's the Arby's one. But
Wait,
it's great.
what?
Yeah, they use it in Arby's commercials, which is funny because if they left any of the vocals in, it would just be about cocaine. But they didn't. It's just the instrumental. But yeah.
Now I need to find this shit because
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
no
fuck, I forgot
fucking
to even
way.
mention that well music. Pusha T's album.
Yeah, Pusha T's album.
It's almost dry. Album of the year.
I can't believe
As
I
he
can't
says.
believe that was an Arby song. What the hell? I need to find this clip. I'm gonna bless you with this Arby's clip right now. Post Brandon
Oh, man.
is gonna cut it in at some point.
Yeah.
God, I don't. That's so wild. I also am just floored by Dave's answer on the EDM shit. I just don't.
I didn't even know that about you.
I didn't know it.
What, you
in
thought I just
surprises.
listened to metalcore? Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Stare.
Honestly,
Come on.
and like Rush.
This is Mustache David. He's a
Mustache
different,
David.
it's a
Yeah,
different creed.
Yeah.
He said,
This
I'm
is
working
just-
out. I'm listening to Zed.
How'd you
He's
know?
just like,
That Icarus Lives Zed remix.
Oh yeah, you gotta listen to that.
Oh,
oh yeah.
I love that's a good ass song.
That
Yeah.
is
I
a
love
bop.
Icarus Lives by itself, but Zed actually stepped that shit up.
Oh yeah, yeah. He took it to a next level. Also, I just love that he did a Periphery song. That's just so
yeah,
rad.
because
Yeah.
apparently he low key loves prog metal. So,
Well, he's a drummer too.
Yeah.
So he's like,
and he's foreign, so
That would make sense.
No,
yeah.
you know those Europeans, they love
Yeah.
they love that.
their
They
metal.
love that weird shit. Yeah, they're all about it. I love it though. It's great. But yeah, guys. The next question that I have for you is, do you guys have a standout track right now in regards to the new stuff releasing that you're just like, yo, I'm ready for the Pulse's fan base to hear this bad boy? Or is there one that kind of resonates more with you
Dave's over there
guys?
shaking his head. Like,
David said none of them.
he's like, I don't know.
None of
David
them?
said this album sucks.
Dave's like, did I even play on this album?
Yeah.
No, he used that bass plugin where you just program
It's
it.
all
I'm-
program
I'm
based.
looking forward to a song. What is it called? It's not going to be called this, but it's called Bruv right now.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
It has a
Bruv.
real name.
It does have a real name.
But
It should
I'm not gonna-
stay that
I'm not gonna
name.
Get rid of it.
Bruv's great.
Yeah.
We thought about it, but it probably
It is the Sierra one.
Well,
it's
yeah.
a Sierra one.
That one is really
Ooh.
good.
Well, we've been nicknaming it bruv, but the demo name was It's Pulses, bruv.
It's supposed
Yeah.
to.
I like that though. That's if I had a vote, that should be the name.
Yeah.
I don't.
Trying to
though,
think of
so.
ones that have working titles because a lot of the ones that I'm really excited for, the working titles carried over. I don't know,
Not yet.
not yet. I can say track numbers.
That's
You
fine.
can
Track
say
10.
you can.
Track
Ooh.
10's hard as shit. I'm excited for that one.
Ooh.
That's a
Uh,
good one.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, and the last track. The last track is really fucking good. I think it's our best closer yet.
Ooh,
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah, I think I'm probably most excited for Bruv as well because I think it's really different for us and different for a lot of just this scene,
Mhm.
and I'm curious to see how people are gonna take it. So, if they don't like it, fuck you. With
Wow.
that song in particular.
Respect.
Not really. Not really, but I don't know. I just think it's cool and it's a soft
very cool.
one, but it's a soft one in a way that's not what you'd expect.
soft but hard.
Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know. For us, we haven't really written any sort of like ballads or anything like that.
Oh.
This is the closest you're probably gonna get. And
Grad Day
but
and
I
21st
think-
Night are kind of
I
ballads.
guess.
I guess.
They're closer to ballads, I feel like, than this one.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think it's different, and I think the execution we put on it is really cool. Trying to think of just like a different one. David,
I'm looking forward to the B-side that David wrote.
That's just
all that bullshit.
bullshit.
We can't say the title, but
No.
yeah, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I said I don't write with guitars.
Yep. He didn't write that with guitars. I recorded my part 2 notes at a time. That shit is
It's
stupid.
absolutely.
We will never
foolish
play it
track.
live.
Never
play it live.
but I'm so.
It's
stoked
cool
to
as
drop
fuck.
it, though.
It's so cool. Like it's every time I listen to it, I'm like, God damn it, this is so stupid. But it's so
really
cool.
Looking forward to finishing lyrics and stuff. Like that.
People are just gonna be like, what the fuck? Like what is
They're
this?
gonna be like, there they go on that bullshit.
That's
I
the
love
bullshit.
it. I'm all about it. Sign me up.
Yeah. But that won't be on the record.
Yeah, that'll be after the record.
Do you have one on the record, Dave?
Which one do you like?
He doesn't know the record.
He doesn't know.
That's
the record.
that. Yeah, that's why I'm putting in. We're locking in. You know.
Track 4 is really cool too.
What about the one you just tracked today?
That one is actually one of my favorite ones.
Oh really?
Yeah, I do
That's a
love
good
that.
one.
I love the it's like almost all staccato.
Yeah.
Dun-
You're changing the title on that one, right? You can give the working title.
Which one is it?
Hooting and hollering.
Hootin' and hollering.
And hollering.
Hootin' and hollering.
Yeah.
brother.
But yeah, Caleb wanted to do a different name, so
No,
It's like,
that,
that one
that
would
one's
be
a
one.
lot of fun. The one y'all were recording,
just now.
vocals, yeah.
Yeah,
There's some
track
really
4.
cool, fun parts on that.
Yeah, I like that song a lot. That song is very. That one, like Bruv, I feel like it's not entirely different because it reminds me of one of our other songs in particular, but I think it's done in a very different way. I think there's some stuff on it that we've never done before, and like there's some influences on it that like we've never that are like things that I really like in particular. Like the one guitar part reminds me of like an Angels and Airwaves kind of thing, and that makes me my little Tom DeLonge stan heart happy. But I like that song a lot.
I
Track
know
4
that one has one of my favorite chorus riffs that
Yeah.
I've ever written. Probably.
Track 3 is gonna be crazy. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say anything else about it, but that track is gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be the one to look out for. That
That-
one will. I mean, it'll probably be a pre-album single,
Yeah.
but
That one seems hype. You know, you guys are really
Yeah.
hyping up track 3. So when
Yeah.
that shit launches, you know, I'm gonna be the first to. Don't anybody
Yeah,
else do a
right.
reaction video because I'm gonna do it. So better be on it. But I think I'm pretty stoked to see, in regards to like, you know, obviously you guys released Run the Ghouls. Is that going to wind up making it on the record as
Yes.
well? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a
Track 2.
Track 2.
Track 2. All right, there we go.
We did it again. We've done it 3 times now.
Yep.
Louisiana
mean, that's the
Purchase
thing.
and Bold New Taste.
that's the thing generally. Like people put out track 2 as a single,
Mm-hmm.
like whether it be the lead or like the second single or something.
Yeah. We have all the singles picked, I think. So, yeah.
Honestly, it's just like there's every song I'm excited about.
Yeah.
For different reasons, and
Ooh.
that's
Track 11, I'm really excited for too. That's something we've never done before.
and yeah, that's a cool feeling. You know, I'm happy with these songs, and as they're getting finished out, I grow to love them even more.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I think it's a cool progression of our sound, but it's still familiar.
It's a more mature record.
It's not.
It's heavier than our heaviest stuff. It's
It's
softer
also
than our
not.
soft. It's more melodic than our
It's
more
just-
melodic stuff.
It's just another damn record.
But I think it is
It's
like
pulses,
more
baby.
intentionally.
Pulses, brothers.
Pulses,
Oh,
bruv.
God.
Bruv.
It's pulses. Yeah, it's pulses, bro.
I feel like it's intentionally. It's like making a statement in a way.
Yeah, for
Ooh.
sure.
Like it is very much just like this is us. Like,
I'm about it.
and the artwork's fucking slapped. But y'all can't see that yet.
Same artist
Yeah.
has done EXO and Run the Ghouls, so
Oh, all right, all right.
yeah, it's great.
I also got to give a shout out to your artist. I don't know if I did it in the video as well, but the art on Run the
Yeah.
Ghouls, that's like
Chop
again,
Duck on Instagram.
ooh,
Yeah,
the nerd in me.
she's been killing it.
I was about it. You know, that shit. I was able to like pick out some stuff from the whole album art,
Yeah.
and I was just like, God, this is so cool. So big shout out.
That was all her too. Yeah, we just gave like the general, just like, oh, we just want this one thing,
Mhm.
and then she was just like, "Word, I did that one thing, and it's great. I have all these other ideas too. Let me see it, and let me see what
I
y'all
remember
think."
we got,
And
like,
we were
the
just like,
first-
"Oh fuck, this is awesome."
Like the first line draft, it wasn't even the whole thing yet, but we were just like, yo.
You're like,
We went
yo.
way over what we thought.
But
we
it's
were gonna
perfect.
do.
Like it's so detailed, and so like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff to stare at on it when you
I'm ready. Just
final flag or something. Which,
I mean, I was just talking about the Run the Ghouls one, but
oh,
yeah,
that
for
too.
the album,
That too.
for the
Yeah.
album one too.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
So-
another vinyl to cop. You know, I already got. I got them all. You know, just gotta
Sweet.
create.
Thank
We gotta create the trilogy here. You know, so I'm all.
Mhm.
I'm ready. I'm ready. But yeah, I feel like with Run the Ghouls, it's given me a pretty good idea. But you know, with each record you guys release, I'm always like floored after I've listened to the album because I'm just like, I love the singles. These are great. And then by the time I'm like listening to the album and I reviewed the last one, I was like, son of a bitch. Like they included some stuff that I was like not expecting, but like worked out in some of the best ways possible. So I'm ready to be even more floored with this new release because
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have with Run the Ghouls, that was just like arguably one of the catchiest songs I've listened to this year. And I was just like, man, if they're putting in that much work for single one, you know, shit, I'm waiting for the rest of it because there must be a lot of work to come still, you know.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited. The more and more I listen to just the demos and stuff, I'm just like, oh, this is kind of cool. You gotta like your own shit.
Yeah.
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 We
I mean, it's just like
definitely
if you can't listen to your own shit just in your own free time, then was it worth it?
That's true. You know, I feel like there's always this.
do. David doesn't listen to our music.
I feel like there's always this stigma against like listening to your own music. You're like, man, I don't listen to my own stuff, and I'm like, well, I mean, you probably should because like,
I can't remember
Yeah,
who it was.
I mean, it's just like, well, sorry to interrupt.
No,
I
you
was
go.
like, listen to it by myself. I'm not putting it on in front of other people.
oh yeah, no, I got you.
I'll
Yeah.
put it on if I'm like showing it to somebody like right
Yeah.
when it comes out, but
Fair enough.
even then that's like close friends that like, and it's usually before it comes out. Like I'll be like, yo.
I just see
wanna
Matt. Matt just got his like speaker. He's like, yeah, so this is my band. You know, just
get-" Yeah, I'm
peep.
gonna walk around with a boombox. I don't know. I don't remember who it was, but I saw some comedian like a long time ago. It was just like, yo, people were like, oh, or no, it was Donald Glover.
It was Donald Glover,
Yeah, he's
weirdo.
like, oh, he's like, you work at Subway, you don't go home and make a sandwich? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's the same shit.
That's a great analogy. I love it.
Yeah.
It really is true. But I also feel like if you're proud of what you do, like people will ask, like, do you watch your own interviews? And I was like, yeah, I always like, especially closer to like in this month in December. I'm like, man, there's a better question I could have asked. Like I could be less of a goofball sometimes, you know. But like then I'm like, nah, I'm full in on the goofball. So if anything, next year I'll just go, you know, way more into it than I should.
All ass.
All ass, full
All
ass,
time.
full ass here. on the channel.
Just don't start asking bands for their porn star names and shit.
don't do
That's
that.
too far into the goofball.
No
Who do you think I
Brian
am?
Brian
Yeah,
Stars.
yeah. Who do you think
No
I am?
Brian
Brian
Stars.
Stars? I ain't no Brian Stars. I ain't no Brian Stars. Get that shit out of here.
What is he doing?
I've seen enough of his videos. Grow
Yeah.
like getting into the scene.
Yeah,
That man.
it was a thing back in the day. I remember
It was a
like, oh
thing.
shit, Brian got that band for the first time. That's crazy. And then now I look back and I'm like, oh man.
And you're like, man, he interviewed Never Shout Never for the 17th time. Oh wow, what am I gonna learn about this band that I
After he
didn't
fucking
know?
dunked on him. It's so funny too because I remember when that shit happened. I was like, damn, he was really mean to Brian. That sucks. And now I watch it back and I'm like, nah, I get it. I get
respect. You know.
it. Yeah.
The dunk was
Like,
the
alright.
dunk was appreciated. No, but I feel like I'll go back and watch some of my interviews and I'm like, okay, how can I get a little bit closer to the point, or how can I like move the conversation along, or maybe just let the conversation, like me just sit back and let the conversation kind of do its thing. There's just like this necessity to like want to learn and get better at doing it. And I think it's very similarly to what you guys are doing with music. I feel like with each album, you kind of take a step back, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just going to kind of, give you the shill here. But I do feel like you guys really kind of take a look at your collective art, and you're just like, man, how can we kind of throw someone off with this album, or throw someone off with this single or whatever, and just put something out there that's just a little bit fringe, like you're like, I don't know if people are gonna like it, but I don't give a shit because we're just gonna do it, and that's Pulses, and I love that because I feel like with artists sometimes, especially I would imagine more so after the pandemic and stuff like that, a lot of bands have been more reserved with some of the stuff they've released, and that's not a bad thing certainly, but I do love when bands kind of take that extra risk. They're just like, yo, we don't got much shit to do, let's just hit him with like an absolute heater track, and then you guys do it, and that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And it's like we're always trying to keep our ears to the streets, the internet streets, of just like, hearing what the community's putting out, and we see some bands and we're just like, damn, they went on Octane Core, that fucking sucks. And then you see other bands out here, like again, mentioned Kyle's Cowboys. It's just like they put out an album of the year worthy record. And like that's inspiring to see too. So it's just, just taking in influences anywhere you can get them. And influences can be musically or attitude or, what have you.
I'm just waiting for a Dowboy like Pulses split. That shit would be like
That'd be cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. It'd be cool if we did something.
That would like break me, like musically. I wouldn't know what the fuck to expect next. The mathcore hits, like your boy would have been
wild if we got traded onto the Dowboys team.
Yeah.
Traded onto the Callous Cowboys.
We got
the Callous Cowboys.
Fuck. What's the term? See, now I feel bad because I don't watch sports enough.
Yeah.
I've revealed myself, and we got drafted. Yeah,
you got drafted.
That's the thing with Cowboys though. You'll be like in like some heavy mathcore part, and then you'll just hear like a whistle, and it'll go into some like Latin beat or something, and then it's crazy.
That would be cool.
That would be a cool thing. Yeah.
That happened.
I don't know.
They're a
who
cool
can
band.
make that happen.
They do a lot of cool shit.
But listen, if you guys want to like just like hop on Twitter and like I don't know, just maybe tag Callous Cowboys and obviously Pulses and maybe
we talk to them pretty regularly.
Maybe say split, or like
they're all
collab.
good, very good people.
I'm just saying.
Tweet them right now.
I'm not even like I'm not even saying like you should, but you could.
Kevin's doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
Doing it right now.
Listen, I'll retweet that shit. I'm about it. Listen, facility, like you manifest that shit, so I'm about it. Let's go.
Speaking to existence.
Speaking into existence. Full circle, baby.
Speak less. We doing that.
We're killing it. We're killing it.
I just tweeted it.
Well, that's gonna end on a beautiful note, guys. Love it, guys. Tell the people where they can find Pulses at. Obviously, you have a new album coming out in this new year, so that's that new shit that I hope everybody's excited for as much as I am. Gonna be doing, maybe a live stream, album review live with all y'all fun people. So like maybe you should come through, just saying. But
of course, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's rock it. But yeah, tell the people where they can find Pulses at, what you guys have coming up in the next couple months, and anything else you'd like to plug or talk about.
Pulses VA on any of the like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, which we're gonna start.
We're gonna start using that again.
Yeah, we just haven't really been doing it.
Album mode.
Yeah, once album mode after album, then we'll start doing it more.
We probably should do an end of the year stream sometime the next week or two. Do the albums, do like a reflecting on all the shit we did this year.
That's true.
Make plans at the end of the interview. That's all good.
I don't know when this is gonna come out.
January, the first,
January?
like 4th.
Okay, so we have a headliner at Jam and Java.
Ooh.
If anybody's in Vienna, the Vienna area,
the General,
Virginia,
it's on
Northern Virginia,
the 25th of January, right?
Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
That's the thing. Outside of that, look forward to another single at some point in the early of the year.
Yeah.
The early of the year.
I like that date. Actually.
Not the non-specific answer.
First half.
The
first half.
I'll even go as far as to say quarter one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe like
end of
third
quarter
one.
one.
The third one. third one.
What?
Like the first third of the year.
What?
Bro, that's a quarter.
No, a quarter is 4.
Like
Yeah.
the first 3 months?
The first third
gonna
of the
be
first 4 months.
Quarter. Just don't listen to him.
Quarter is March.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's when it's coming out. I didn't know that.
Not the album. I said a single.
Oh, single. Oh, yeah, first quarter.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the. My bad. That's my bad. I thought you were talking about the album, and I was like,
Oh
"What?
my
How's
god.
that? How's that gonna happen?"
Absolutely not.
Not the album. No,
Not the album. A single.
a single in the first quarter for sure. Yeah. I was mistaken.
At Postal VA, and you'll actually know when it happens. Or you can join the Discord that we have with Sales Ahead. And
We post memes and funny stuff. You
And
can
we count.
unsubscribe
We count.
from the different channels you don't want to listen to, like me. And then we
Damn.
count sometimes.
We count.
We Hydration Friday.
We
hydrate or
we post
hydrate.
food. We post
Big Water
animals.
Friday.
We post. I don't know.
This is the longest plug ever.
I
Yep.
love it. I
Talk
love
to
it.
me
I'm about
or
it.
Caleb or Kevin or Matthew.
Yeah.
Or you can talk to What's Sales Ahead if that's what you want to do. I mean, we love them, and I love talking to the brothers. What's Sales Ahead,
Brothers.
Sierra is awesome.
The brothers.
Brothers.
yeah, that's the plug.
There we go. Well, guys, listen, you heard it here first. You already know I'm a day oneer here, about pulses. So
Yeah.
listen, don't tell me shit, because you can go back online and tell that you can go look 4 years ago, did that first interview. So you already know.
Yeah.
The squad's lit out here, so please go check out Pulses. What are you doing? Listen, I don't know how much I have to shill for Pulses, but listen, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So check the links below. Please go give those guys some love. Also go check out Run the Ghouls, because you already know it's
Yeah.
fire. 15 fire emojis. God tier song, and you need to listen to it if you haven't. Bless your ears today with that fire. So go do it. As well as that, if you like the interview, share, like, and subscribe. It will also be in audio format. I'm currently going through 7 years worth of audio addiction interviews and throwing all of the audio up on streaming platforms because y'all asked for it. So we're doing it. I can't do all of them, but I'm going to try to do as many as I can. So keep your eyes peeled. It's just a very long process. If you know anything about editing or anything like that, it is a stressful process. So gonna do that. Hopefully have some more out in the new year. And obviously, huge thanks to Pulses for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, man.